Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the backstory. If you're new here, kindly hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down below so that you can be notified whenever we post a new video. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it seems like Siaya Governor James Orengo is a man under siege. This is after some professionals from his county, that is the Luo professionals from Siaya County, came out and attacked him for having criticized President William Ruto during the burial of Raila Odinga's bodyguard. Now, James Orengo talked boldly to the president in the presence of the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. And now, why we're saying that is under siege is the fact that some of these things start like you have some people coming out to try and criticize you and throw subtle threats. But behind the scenes, there could be some things simmering. So I want us to listen to what these professionals say, then we'll come back and analyze.
That even after uttering such words at the podium, which clearly were bordering embarrassment to the leadership, Governor Orengo still, through backdoors, had to ask the president for help. He would still ask the president, we have not completed this and that project, please help us. If it is his right, as he says it is his right, why does he go begging for these projects? It's a fallacy. So I think it is not important that he speaks in that particular fashion and manner, which he did, and then behind the doors, he still goes to beg for projects and funds.
Okay. I would.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you hear what those professionals from Siaya are talking about, you'd be left wondering, like, are they really professionals or are these political turncoats? Because the argument is not based on some solid fact, and even their criticism is laced with politics. I would have expected them to come up with something that attacks the performance of James Orengo. Because whatever they are raising there is the fact they're saying that Orengo should have not criticized the president, and then thereafter coming up to ask for support. So what they're basing their argument on is the fact that if you want support from the president or the national government, then you should not criticize the same government. Okay, I'm trying to wonder, ODM itself has been saying that they are not in government. However much former Prime Minister Raila Odinga signed some form of working agreement with UDA. But they've always insisted that they are not in government, they're in opposition. They only loan some of their experts to President William Ruto's government. And then what is the role of the opposition? The role of the opposition is to put the incumbent government, that is the UDA or the Kenya Kwanza government, into check. And putting them into check means calling out some of their excesses and pointing out where they have gone wrong. And it calls for talking to even the president, telling him the truth and telling truth to power. And that is what I think Orengo did.
So this country will go to the dogs again if the kind of language I'm hearing here, you continue with that language. Please, when you have something being brought to Siaya, it is a matter of right. It is not you're being given, it's a matter of right. It's a matter of right. And I cry. When I was in Parliament, I was the only backbencher. I was here with Omamo, I was with Okero, there were other people like Okwanyo, and they used to tell me that you must be in government. All of us cannot be in government. Just fight for your right. Just fight for your right. And you'll have a better country.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you hear what Orengo has said, Orengo has talked about us as a nation. You know, people fought for democracy in Kenya. So many people died. Blood was shed for the sake of multi-party democracy. And multi-party democracy came with a lot of freedoms, like freedom of speech, which Kenyans are currently enjoying. And just as Orengo has said, there are times when Kenyans could not speak truth to power. You'd speak truth to power and you'd be arrested and detained for several months. And some trumped-up charges would be put up against you. But now what Orengo has highlighted is the fact that where we are going to, it means we are going back to those days when you could not speak the truth to power. And what has come out is that we have politicians who have joined a praise and worship kind of team. Now, this praise and worship team are only looking at ways of pleasing the president, not speaking the truth to power. And the issue that has raised this storm is the fact that the Kenya Kwanza administration decided to bully the Butere girls who are going to act some drama during the National Drama Festival. Now, if you look at it keenly, you find that the Kenya Kwanza administration always shooting themselves in the foot. And why do I say so? I'm saying so because there are some things that the Kenya Kwanza administration should have ignored. Like, take for example that issue of the Butere girls. They raised a lot of storm about nothing. Had they ignored this issue, I don't think it would have gone to the level that it has gone to. They've made Kenyans curious to want to know what is contained in this script. No one was talking about it when it was at the lower levels of the drama festival. We've only started talking about it when it has gone all the way to the national. And so many such stories have been acted during Moi's era, Kibaki's era, Uhuru's era. What is so special about this one? The second one that they should have ignored was that issue where there was a lady who heckled a minister or a CS in his office. The following day or some days after, that lady was arrested. So there's so many things that are happening in the country. You can't try and legislate or try to arrest everyone who tries to criticize, who tries to raise issues with the government. And that is what Orengo was doing. In the same podium, Sifuna also criticized President William Ruto on the issue of the Butere girls drama skit. So this goes to ODM that they should either decide to be in government, do the praise and worship, tell the president all the good things that he has done, or they decide to be in the opposition. And being in the opposition means holding the incumbent government to account for everything that they are doing. And that includes criticizing the government. Now, ladies and gentlemen, James Orengo, who is the Siaya governor, is under threat. As we've said initially, he's under threat because, some of these things, you might take them lightly, but the following day, it could boil into something else whereby you find MCAs now planning how to impeach Orengo. But if it's allowed to go on and on, it means we are trying to muzzle or trying to shut up those who are trying to do what? Who are trying to criticize this government. It starts with James Orengo, it goes to maybe Sifuna, then to someone else. And at the end of it, everyone will be afraid to criticize the government. And if that happens, then it means we are on a free fall. The government can decide to do whatever it wants to do, because everyone, fear has been sent down the throttle of almost everyone. And that gives them the free hand to do what they have, what they want to do. So ladies and gentlemen, this is something that we need to protect, that is the freedom of speech, and empowering the opposition to try and hold the sitting government to account and to do what it's supposed to do. So ladies and gentlemen, that is it from us. Until next time, bye-bye. But if you're new here, kindly hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down below so that you can be notified whenever we post a new video.